Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So my last video got cut off and I kept playing for a little bit, just a couple minutes, basically just finishing that combat round before I realized that the phone was actually dead. So whatever, it happens. There was kind of a cool moment. I did manage to kill this bandit that was in this position. Sorry, it's been about a week since I played. It was towards the end of the night on Sunday when it died because I had to charge my phone. I didn't have enough time to come back, and then I work 10.5 hour days all week, so it's the following weekend. Splitta hit him twice, but due to the armor and everything, he had really poor rolls. So I think he only hit him for like 2 damage each time. Ended up doing like 3 or 4 damage to him. But then Bright Star had actually double perfect rolls. So he rolled a 1 on his combat skill for a hit, and then he rolled a 10 for damage. Right immediately after that, I was able to get the kill, which was really cool. Yeah. And then I believe the rest of the bandits went and they did do some attacks that hit, but it ended up being absorbed by armor, I believe, is what ended up happening. So we're going to continue playing, going into the next round. So hopefully this won't look too bad if you watch these videos back to back as I refamiliarize myself with what's going on and how to play. It's been a kind of a crazy week. They shifted me to a new department, and I had overtime, which I'm not used to, and so it's just been a lot of new stuff this week. I believe I am missing a black token. Should be 7, 6. So, let's just grab this one. Okay. All right. So first, we are going to roll D10. Scenario die. We roll an 8, so we're good there. We do not have to make a threat roll. Our current threat level is an 11. Let's see, right now Chop is at 21 health, Crash at 22, Split at 17, and Bright Star 16, so we're in pretty good shape there. Morale's in pretty good shape as well. And we've managed to kill these 2 ogres and 1 of the 8 bandits. Alright, white token. So we will start with Choppa, I suppose. And he's stupid, and that is Choppa's turn. Oh, another white. Okay. We'll go with Crasha. I don't know if I've already used a point for Frenzy, because like I said, it's been a while, but I'm going to do one anyway. He's got 2 energy points. So I'm going to spend 1 to enter Frenzy mode. And then he will attempt to attack this guy up here, up top. And this is Crasha has a 74 combat skill. And the bandit has... Does it have a shield? No, they have great swords. So there is no to hit modifier. The great sword cancels out the bandits to hit. So that's going to be a 28. That's a clear hit. And Crasha's hits for 1d. So I even have to look what it hits with. 1d12 plus 6. Ooh, 1. So 7 damage with 2 points of armor piercing. There are 2 points of armor. So he does hit for 7 damage and wounds this top bandit. I'm just going to roll again. He gets a free attack. 73 is also a hit. And he hits for 14 damage. So he does kill this top bandit using his first action. He will then target this secondary bandit. And because that bandit's in parry stance, he gets a -10 to hit. So 57 is still a hit. He needed a 64. And he will hit for 10 damage. Still not enough to kill it, but he gets a free attack. So let's see if his free attack hits. His free attack does hit. So he will kill this one as well. So good job, Crasha. And he will be in frenzy during his next turn. So I got pretty lucky there getting 2 white tokens right off the bat. Okay. So what we have now looks like 4 archers. 3, this one's loaded. So I guess he'll go first. And we'll see if he aims or not. He does. He does aim. And then he will shoot at Choppa. Now his range skill is a 35. So he's going to hit on a 45. He does hit with a 39. Choppa does get to parry. 41 is a successful parry. He needed a 55. So let's see how much damage that was going to do. That's 1d10 plus 3. So, 13 damage with armor piercing. Damn. That's a heavy hit. To the leg. 13 damage to the leg, 1 point of armor piercing to Choppa. So he's going to take, he absorbs 2 from his natural armor, and then 5 from the legging. So 7 of that 13 gets absorbed, so he takes 6 damage. And his leggings obviously take durability damage. So 6 is going to drop him from 21 to 15. Not enough to wound him, but real close. Crossbows are super dangerous. I want to get one. Not with this party, but I do want to use them in the future. So this guy was also loaded. So he's going to move up 1, and then he's going to shoot. So he'll just hit on a... Oh, no, I'm sorry. He did block with his shield. Yeah. That would be if he missed. So his shield absorbs... So he blocked 2 with his natural armor. And after that, that's after the armor piercing is applied. And then he blocks 6 with the shield, which brings it to... So 8, so that brings it down to 5 damage. And then his sleeve mail does protect 5. So his shield takes 1 point of durability damage, not his legs. And he ends up absorbing all the damage. So he does not drop to 15, he remains at 21. So, but that is his only parry for this turn. So now this guy is going to shoot again at Choppa, and this time he'll need a 35. 81, he misses. So those 2 are both unloaded. All right. Now this guy, we'll just go with the one in front. Oh no, go with the one in the back. He will reload and then shoot over the shoulder at Choppa again, but he'll hit on a 25. 23 is a hit. 1 to the chest. Not worried about that. Ends up being 4 damage with armor piercing. So he's going to block 2, and then the rest is going to get blocked by his scale mail armor. And this guy is now unloaded. So gets hit by 2 crossbow bolts. And then this one, we're going to see if he aims. He does not. He just standard attacks. So he's going to randomize between Choppa and Crasha. He will also hit Choppa, or aim at Choppa with a 006. So that is another hit. So a 3rd crossbow bolt hitting Choppa. This time for 4 in the chest, or which would actually be 7. Okay. So 2 is going to get blocked by his natural armor, bringing it to 5, and then his sleeve mail does have a defense of 5, so it is also blocked. So he gets hit by 3 crossbow bolts, takes no damage, with only 1 point of durability damage going to his shield. So that with an epic defensive round for Choppa, and the 1 crossbow bolt that rolled a 10, was going to hit 13 damage. That's the one he parried. That's the one his shield stepped up for. So, awesome job, Choppa. Just taking out the arrow he needed to with the shield, and then allowing the other two to hit him where in spots where he wouldn't take damage. All right, and now we have the last of the, and then he's going to use his final action to begin to reload. So reloading does take 2 actions. So the other 3 are all completely unloaded, and he's using 1 action to reload his crossbow. So I just have to try to remember that. I don't really have a token for that. I'll put a 1 over by him, I guess. And now we're using this last bandit. He's in melee range, so he will 5 is standard attack, so he will standard attack Choppa as well. Choppa taking all the hits, and that's a miss. So he will he parry? Nope, wrong die. 2 is a parry, so he does attack and miss, and then he drops into parry stance. Oh, that guy's dead. I was confused. I was like, why are there more tokens? Okay, that guy's dead too. So we get Bright Star is going to move up. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to regular attack this dude. 74 is going to be a miss. And then lastly, we're going to get Splitta. Splitta's stupid. That's a 3. There's glare on it. He is not stupid, so he will regular attack as well. His regular attack is up to a 57. There's no modifiers to it. So he hits with a 31, and he now rolls a d12. Oh my god, a 1 again. So he's just not getting any damage rolls. So he hits for 3 damage with 1 point of armor piercing. So he hits for 2 damage on the bandit. Let's have him attack again and see if we can get that kill before I record. 97 is a miss. So he does not. He slightly grazes the bandit's shoulder with his halberd after Bright Star's missing stab attack. And that's going to be that round. Wasn't too bad. I mean, Choppa is the absolute MVP of that round. No question there. Oh, I forgot he was even in parry stance. So I actually was supposed to take minus 10 to my hit rolls. But I forgot to do, but I didn't do anything to him anyway. So, yep, 5 black and 4 white. All right, and we're going to roll a die, scenario die. We're good there. All right, we're going to go with Crasha. He's in frenzy, so I don't have to worry about that. So he's going to move 2, 4. And he's going to attempt to attack this bandit in front first. 43 is a hit. And he hits for 2 plus 6, so 8 damage. So that's going to put him near death. He's wounded. He's got 10 damage and wounds. So let's just roll again and see if we can get that kill real quick. 72 is actually a hit, believe it or not. Very cool. My stats are getting very high. So, and he hits him for 13 damage, more than enough to finish off that last melee bandit. So, good job, Crasha. Now we just have 4 crossbow guys who can't do anything except reload this turn. All right, so we will start with Choppa. Choppa is stupid again and loses his turn. I have heard of a really good house rule that a user suggested, by the way. If you want to play half ogres and you like the stupidity rule, you think the stupidity rule is a little bit too challenging. When you remember, you got to remember it's only in combat that you roll for stupidity. It's not when you're adventuring, or just moving around the dungeon. But if you do roll a 6 on a die, the suggested house rule is that character then makes a wisdom test to see if they can pass their stupidity. Which makes sense. Now, Choppa, who just failed twice in a row, his wisdom's only 16. So that would only give me a 16% chance to overcome. So, I mean, let's just roll, see what that would look like. 003, that's a pass. And a bonus to the wisdom. And a 28. So that 28 would have been a fail. And it wouldn't even have been that close. So, I'm not willing to do that just yet. Especially not with this party. But I do think if you find that stupidity is taking away too much enjoyment of your enjoyment from the game, that's a house rule that I endorse. I think that's a really, really good compromise there, because the ogres have such low wisdom, and it gives you a reason to raise that over time. And it makes sense. Like, I just rolled a 3. It makes sense that over time, my guy through being in these combat experiences over and over and over again, would learn how to avoid his stupid ogre brain from getting in the way more and more often. So I do endorse that house rule. I'm just not going to use it currently. All right. So it's going to start with this one that's in melee range, I guess. And he is equipped with a close combat weapon, right? I think they have daggers. I don't remember. I don't see daggers. Doesn't look like they do, actually. I'm just going to assume he has a dagger, because he's a bandit. So he's going to use his first action point. Actually, he has to continue reloading that crossbow, and then he'll use his second action point to switch to a dagger, and that ends his turn, effectively. Did I pull another one? Yeah, that's fine. Then this one will use both action points to reload. This one will use both action points to reload, and so will this gun. This one, that's fine. We'll just pull both those out. And then we get Bright Star. Or I'm not sorry. Yeah, we'll use Bright Star. That's fine. He'll move up, and he will attack. 96 is a miss, and that'll end his turn. And then we will get Splitta. Splitta is not stupid. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. And then he will attempt to stab. 88, and he will miss. That will end that round. I'm just going to open up the door for my dogs so they can go in and out as they see fit. My house is strange anyway. It's been a really cool morning, so I had to turn the heat on. And then I actually ran the air conditioning last night after having nothing on all day. And then this morning it was cold enough that I had to put the heat on, which I turned off an hour ago. And now it's continued to warm even more up outside. And now it's really hot in here, and I kind of need to put the AC back on again. So I'm just going to open up the door for a little bit and try to let some of the heat out. My house is very small, and it doesn't take much, if I use the oven or something like that, to really heat up the whole house. Okay. We got 1 scenario die, so we're good there. And we gonna get this guy that's in melee range. He's gonna go first. So he will standard attack. He will standard attack Splitta. .46 is a hit for 1d6 because it's a dagger. 6 to the chest of Splitta. Not bad. Splitta's going to attempt to dodge. Yeah. 51. Oh, he missed by 1 point. He will use an energy point to gain another dodge. And he'll dodge again. Oh, and he misses twice. Okay. So Splitta loses an energy point. And he takes 6 damage to the chest. So Splitta has 1 point of natural armor. Still 5 to the chest. So it's going to damage his magic mail coat. +5 dodge. So that's going to take 1 point durability. And then he still takes 1 damage as well. So 1 absorbed by natural armor, 4 by the mail coat. And 1 point of damage gets through. Alright, and then he gets to standard attack again with that dagger. And this time he'll standard attack Choppa and miss. Okay. It's going to be this one back here. And these guys are fully loaded up now. So he's not in a great position. So he's going to actually move 1 and then fire at Crasha, which is going to give him a -10 to hit. So he will hit on a 35. Ooh, 004, that's a hit. 10 to the chest. Crasha does have a dodge, so he will attempt to use that. And he will successfully dodge. Awesome. Okay, so everybody's used their dodge except for Bright Star. So that's really lucky there. Almost took a very dangerous hit. All right, and we will go with Crasha again. He is not stupid this time. He is in melee range. He will attack. 82 is a miss. He will attack again. 51 is a hit for 10 damage. Not enough to kill, but enough to wound. Okay. It is going to be this one now, and he will likewise shoot at Crasha. Needs a 25, and he misses. All right, we're going to go with Splitta. Splitta's not stupid. He's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to try to skewer this guy. That's a 49. Is there anything? It's a -5, so I needed a 52. So that's a hit. So he hits him for another low roll. 2 plus 2, so 4 damage. Minus, yeah, the armor. Piercing cancels out the 1 armor. So he hits for 4 damage. Not enough to wound. On this one in the back here. Oh my god, my puppies are so cute. My female is pregnant right now. I'm like pretty pregnant, like 2 months in, and they're being really cute, just like snuggling up again to each other on the couch. I wouldn't be surprised if she has puppies this week. So that's exciting. I've never dealt with that before, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, super excited. Yeah. And they're looking at me real cute right now. All right, and now we're gonna go with Choppa. Choppa is not stupid. He's gonna 1, 2, 4. And then he's gonna attempt to strike this one right in front. Bowling. Okay. 16, that's a hit. And he hits for 2 plus 5, so 7 damage, and he manages to take out this first bandit. Bright Star is going to move up 1 and attack and strike with his javelin. 94 is clear miss. And then this guy is all the way in the back, so he will, no, he's not wounded, so he's going to switch to a dagger, and then he's going to attempt to stab Splitta. 18's a hit. 2 to the chest. Splitta does not have a dodge. So he absorbs 1 through natural armor, and then the other point of damage gets absorbed through his mail coat. And he is okay. All right, scenario die. We're good there. Okay, we will start with Bright Star, and he will attack and miss, and he will hit on his second attack, and he hits for 10. Awesome. So 10 damage. I think he gets +1. He gets +1. So he hits for 11 damage with 1 point of armor piercing. So he actually does bring this one to the brink of death from his standing position. Okay, next we're gonna go with, well, Splitta, I guess, since he's right up there. So he's gonna attack the one directly in front of him. 45 is a hit. And he hits for, yeah, that was a good roll. He hits for 9 damage with armor piercing, which with the 4, that is enough to kill that bandit. And then he's going to attack this one right below him that has 1 life remaining. And he's going to hit again. And he's going to hit for 7 damage with armor piercing. Yep, so he kills this one as well. So Splitta, finally getting 2 kills in 1 turn. It's been a while. All right, and then we're going to go with Choppa. Choppa is stupid and now loses his turn. No, whatever. And Krasha is stupid and loses his turn. So then this guy is going to switch to his dagger, and he's going to attempt to stab Splitta, and he rolls a 98, so that is a clear miss. So that ends that round. I don't know why I'm having so much difficulty maneuvering these today. Like I said, I got very hot in here in a very short period of time. It's a little muggy out today too. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Okay. Scenario die. Nope. Good there. All right. We will go with Splitta. Since he's right there, he will power attack. 18 is a good hit on a power attack, and he rolls 2d12. 2, 3. He hits for 5 damage. Not enough to wound. Splitta just will not hit for damage for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. He's got a mental block he's got to get over. All right, so my dude It's actually not wounded. Will not parry. He will regular attack and miss, and then he will strike again at Splitta and miss. Alright, so now we're going to go Choppa. You're not stupid, right? You're going to move up. You're going to strike at this dude. And 60. 60 is a hit. So you move up, strike with your longsword. Oh yeah, 10 plus 5, 15 damage. You chop his head off as he reaches back with his knife. And all of the bandits have been defeated. Awesome. So what we get from this is quite a bit of experience. We're going to get 800, 400 for each ogre, and then 90 for each bandit, and there was 8 of them, so that's 720. So 1,520 experience from this battle, which puts us up over 3,000 for the adventure so far. I also get 2 rolls on the tier 2 table, so we'll do those first. A 4 is 40 coins, and a 5 is 20 coins. So I also found 60 coins on the 2 ogres. And then 8 rolls on the tier 1 table. Nothing. 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 A bandage. Nothing. Nothing. And last one. Nothing. And I also found 1 bandage. So I didn't realize this, but old rag bandages are really common. You get them a lot because of that tier 1 table. At least that's my understanding, is that they're always the old rag bandage, and an old rag bandage has 3 uses. So it's the one problem with going with half ogre warriors is their heal skill is garbage because their wisdom score is so low. So if you were to play like an elven warrior, you'd actually have a probably pretty decent heal skill just starting out, like 40 or 50. And the human would have, at least around like a 35 or 30. So that's something that is definitely worth investing in going on. I didn't realize that, but my knight, my warrior, my barbarian, and as well as probably my ranger should all have bandages on them. It's not a ton, but you can roll a skill and you can potentially heal 1d4. And through using your heal skill, you raise your heal skill. So it's not too shabby. Okay, so that's going to do it for that combat. Let's get rid of these guys. Don't need them all out anymore. So I liked that combat quite a bit. I really liked having bandits, which are still like a pretty entry-level enemy, but now you've given them crossbows and greatswords, and they definitely had significantly more hitting power than what I'm used to seeing from them. Okay, so in the guard's chamber, there are 3 bedrolls that can be searched, as well as the weapon rack. All right, and the room itself can also be searched. So let's start with the scenario die. We are good there. So Choppa will search that first bedroll. He rolls a 2. I'm confused. Is it a bed or a bedroll with pack? Bedroll with pack, I guess. What's the difference? I'm going to roll in the bed table. They're basically the exact same when you're looking at the sheet. you just get slightly better rolls on the bedroll with pack. So I'm going to assume it's just the bed table. So I rolled a 2. That's 1 mundane treasure. Also, I think that there's they forgot something in this room because there's an archery target, and it doesn't list that as something that's searchable. Oh, cloak. Okay. Provides 1 defense against attacks from behind, stackable with other armor. I forgot about that. You can, when you attack from behind. No, I don't know how that works actually. It's stackable with other armor. So, and it's missing 5 points of durability. So I find a cloak minus 5. Minus 5. 50 and wait 1. Alright, I've got rid of the flail. 5, 7, 12. 15, 18, 23, 24 encumbrance out of 39 currently. Okay. Alright, that was his first action. And then he's going to move 1, 2, 3. And then Brightstar's going to search his bed. He rolls a 5. I believe that's nothing. That is nothing. And then he's going to move 1, 2, 3. Over there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to end that turn. And we roll the scenario die. We're good there. All right. So Splitta is going to search both weapons rack and the archery thing. We'll start with the archery. We roll 5. Archery target, nothing. So you just find arrows or bolts. That's the only option. And weapon rack, 4. Yep. Random weapon with 1d4 lost durability points. So it's a totally random weapon, so I have to roll on the weapon table. So I roll 3d10. 6, 7, 2. So that's going to be 15. And 15 is a flail. I'm not even going to pick that up. It weighs 20. So it's going to sit right there and collect dust. All right. Choppa's going to move over 1 and search the bed. And he rolls a 2. That's another mundane treasure. Arrows. 5 arrows. And then we're going to search the room using Bright Star and Crasha. So he gets plus 10 to his score. So he's going to succeed on a 66. 18, I guess. So that's a success. And then we're going to roll to see what we find. 78 is going to be nothing. So that room has been searched. That's not too bad. I found 5 arrows. Started raining. No wonder we're so muggy. Okay. That ends that turn. We're going to roll scenario die. Good there. All right. We're going to move split up. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attempt to open that door. Not trapped, unlocked. We get quarter, C15. Oh, it's a short one. Oh, this is the one with the rocks. Okay. The corridor in front of you is collapsed, and there's no hit. So again, like pit, rocks, the ways kind of discouraging you from going forward without digging through the debris. There's no encounter in this room. Roll a 1d100. 64. This is the number of stones that must be removed. Each player can remove their strength divided by 10, rounded down number of stones during a full turn. If standing on one of the free squares, a dwarf being used to the labors in the mines can remove strength divided by 5, rounded up. Sorry, not down. Any character equipped with a pickaxe can remove twice their amount per turn. We do have a pickaxe. The noise raises the threat level by 1 each turn. Once all the stones have been cleared, place a door at the end of the corridor. It's unclear if that means one. I think it's just 1 threat level total per turn, because it's not like having multiple people pickaxes is louder than 1 necessarily. And only 2 can go at a time. So we're going to have, that was Splitter going first, so that ends his turn. So Choppa's going to move up. And then he will attempt during a full turn. Alright, so we're just going to move everybody 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to fudge it 1. He was actually 7 moving points away, but I'm fudging it 1 on that. So I'm moving the 2 of them up. And that's going to end that turn. 9. So we do have to roll on the threat die. And we get a 4. So that is a roll. And 15 is what we get. Our threat was at 12. Actually, technically a 13. And we rolled a 15, which is add 1 extra exploration card on top of each pile on the table. Wow, okay, Mega Dungeon. Okay. I really hope it's not here or at the bottom of this. And that's going to lower the threat level by 5. So we're going to drop from 12 or 13 to an 8. Okay. So for a full turn, Choppa can remove his strength divided by 10. Rounded up is 6. He's got 65 strength. Crouch has got 62. So that's going to be a 6 and a 7 stones per each of them. And then, so Choppa is going to be using the Dwarven Pick that I have, which will double his amount. So instead of 7, he's going to remove 14. However, 14 plus 6 is still only 20. I got to remove 64. So they go for 64 right there. They remove 20 stones. I will also have Bright Star attempt to heal Splitta with old bandages. So his heal score is a 62. He does successfully heal Bright Star. Wait, it's a D4, right? 3. 3 plus a D3. So he heals him for 5 hit points. So Splitta is actually back to full life. He goes from 16 to 21. And that uses up a full set of old bandages. So we're just going to bring one out of the backpack. And bandages drop from 7 to 6. And now it's your turn. Scenario die. And the threat level goes up by 1 from 8 to 9. And then on this turn, we're going to move another 20 stones. And Bright Star is going to move up. And threat level goes up to 10. And we don't have to roll. So now on this third turn, we move another 20 stones. Threat level is going to go up again, to this time up to 11. And Brightstar is going to attempt to heal Choppa. 46 is successful. It's a D4 plus a D3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So he fully heals Choppa. Choppa is back up to 26 life. For 1 damage. And then we roll again. We do not. And so now Crash is going to remove the remaining 4 stones. Cool beans. And Brightstar will again attempt to heal. 69 is a fail. You still lose advantage when you fail. I think that's why they give you so many. And then Choppa will move up and attempt to open this door. And it is unlocked and untrapped. Large dining hall, R18. It's a hell of a room to just add on. I wonder what happens if you run out of tiles. I could definitely see that happening. Another house. So I've seen a lot of people just remove. So far I've seen there's 3 different ways to add rooms to your piles, plus not counting the catacombs. Now remember, even in the expansion, Forgotten Prophet, these are all optional. So things like permanent wounds, the disease rules, they're all optional rules. And that includes the catacombs. So if you want to play with the catacomb, just remove the catacomb card from your trap deck and just don't worry about it. And similarly, a lot of players will remove the... I'm actually going to slide this like this. And this one will be considered on a different floor. A lot of players will remove the Labyrinth card from the trap deck. And a lot of players will simply treat the threat roll that I received, where you add 1 card to each, and as well as the lever that adds cards to each, as just re-rolls. They just won't play them. That's fine too, like especially if you're trapped for time. Because I'm doing a video experience, I want to try to not house rule stuff like that, and give you guys the full experience. But I think a really good compromise there is you can only encounter that once per dungeon. So you only can have 1 of each. So the Labyrinth can go off, the Labyrinth trap card can go off once per dungeon, the levers can go off once per dungeon, the threat die can go off once per dungeon, but you're not going to get 2 or 3 Labyrinths going off, so that you would run out of tiles. The game would just go on forever. So I'll probably adopt that going forward at some point, but I'm not quite there yet. Okay. Guards chamber, corridor. The party enters a large hall that appears to be some kind of dining hall. There are several tables with chairs placed in the room, and in one corner is a large fireplace. It's difficult to say when it was last used, but the tables are filled with plates and old food. Alongside one wall are 2 armor racks. Yes, covered in cobweb. There are 3 tables in the room. They're considered dining tables for searching purposes, and the armor rack can also be searched. I think you should be able to search the fire pit. Find like a torch or something, but that's fine. Let's roll for an encounter. I have a feeling I'm not going to get one this time. 53. Look at that. Psychic. All right, so because we didn't get an encounter in a room, this is kind of rare for me, so I often forget, you do roll the scenario die again. And I got a 6. I wish that was a 9. On a 9 or a 10, you draw an event. That's my understanding of it. I literally have not used this deck of cards since buying this game. I've drawn it once in my very first dungeon, and not once since. So Look at all these events. And they're cool. Like, they're cool. They add flavor. A lot of flavor. I want to see what these are. I do not go and read through cards unless I draw them. I have not read them. But I can tell they have artwork on them. They're cool. All right. So, no encounter. That's fine. We'll just search the room. So, he used his turn. They both used theirs. So, Split is going to move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he can still search that table because he has 5 movement. So, 3. Dining room table. He gets 1 ration for that. And then we get our new turn. And we do roll a threat die again. And we have to open that door, so that adds... Oh, look, it goes off again. Our threat was actually a 12. So the threat die goes off again. And we get... Wandering Monster. Pierce. Okay. And that's going to drop us back down to 7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Search. 1. That's another ration. 1, 2, 3, 4. Search. Oops. Nothing. So I found 2 rations. Bumps me back up to 13. One of the things that's great about having a Warfree, so I don't have a Ranger for foraging, but my warriors still get pretty good foraging scores. On top of that, because I have a priest who can use bandages and has good healing magic, I don't need to rest that often. I have not yet rested this dungeon. And because I don't need to rest, I don't go through my rations that quickly. Just something to keep in mind. I think I started the game with 18, between 10 from the first mission of the Rising Dead, and I bought like 8, and I haven't bought any since. That's been it. 3, 4. He's going to search this far armor rack. 6. Now, armor racks are so good, I would be willing to use a luck point on it. And I think I will. Yeah. Bright Star has no luck. Choppa does. So Choppa, that is Choppa, right? No, it's Crasha. Still, he still has one. So I will use a luck point to re-roll that. And I get a 5. It still nothing, but hey, I tried. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will loot that other armor that is closest to Bright Star. And 7. Oh, got nothing. So, came up losses on those. That's alright. Still ended up with 2 rations. And now the Wandering Monster will enter the dungeon. He's actually not that far away. Next turn. No scenario die. We will actually search the room using all 4. So that will be a plus 20 to my 56, so 76. 78, it's a miss. So that room is searched. There is nothing. So, big nothing burger, but that's all right. Then we roll the die for the Wandering Monster, and we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is one of those situations where you're almost better off just kind of waiting, because if I try to open the door, it's just going to cause problems, right? So we're just going to start repositioning, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Wandering Monster appears. Oh, sorry, wrong dice. 3. So that should be a pretty easy enemy. So that would be a 33. And on this table, that's, oh no, that's 1d4 bandits with battle axes and shields, and 1d4 longbows and daggers. So like a weaker version of what we just fought. We get 4, 2. So 4 bandits, 4 melee bandits, 2 ranged. It is a bandit mission, so that's okay. Battle axes and shields. And longbows with daggers. I didn't know daggers give +2 damage from behind. Interesting. So, I never saw this before, but if you look at the dagger weapon card, it gives +2 bonus damage when attacking from behind. It does not list that in the regular weapon chart. In fact, stealthy is not even listed in the special abilities, weapon special abilities. So that's, I believe, an oversight. That actually makes me like daggers a lot more, to be completely honest. It gives you a reason to actually use one. Alex longbow and what did I do with those other cards? 2 and 1 on the armor. I lost my shield. Yeah, okay. So melee bandits have a battle axe, shield, and 2 armor, and others have a longbow. Dagger, 1 armor. So 2, 6. 2, 4. Oh. Oh. It's counting from the wrong way. So it's D2, D4. So 1, 4. And 2, 3. Reroll. 2, 2. 1, 1. We'll just say that's 2, 1. Because I rolled the 2 first. Okay. So we're going to have 4 white with 6 black. 4 white. 4, 5, 6. Start rolling scenario die. We're good there. All right. So we start with archers. So this guy will move up. 1, 2, and he will attempt to shoot at Krasha. He gets a -20. And so he's going to hit on a 15. And he misses, and he is unloaded. Really want to have a ranger in my next go around. So this guy will also move up, but he's got a minus 30% chance. So he only hits on a 5. So not even close. He rolled 70. So these two are both missing. So there's so many. The classes aren't obvious on what's good. You really have to look at their perks and play around with like, okay, well what is available. And the combat perks for range characters are so good. They're better than the melee perks. Now you get a lot of minuses as well, but I really want to try a ranger with some of those perks. I'm thinking probably an elven or human ranger, maybe. You don't need much strength to use an elven longbow, but yeah, you can do quite a bit of damage, and they can attack multiple times, and there's lots of cool stuff that they can do with those. Definitely looking forward to playing. I think I'm gonna play a ranger in my next game, probably with some sort of duck folk, maybe a duck folk rogue. I think that sounds really fun. Still thinking about different characters. All right, so then we're gonna start with one of these two in melee range. So it's going to be this first one here is going to attempt to... 7 might be a power attack. Nope, 6 is power attack. So he's going to regular attack Crasha, and he hits. Battle Axe is a D10. So he's going to hit for 9 damage to the chest. So Crasha will attempt to dodge and fail. So he takes 9 damage to the chest. And let's see, Battle Axe does have 1 point of armor piercing. So he absorbs 4 with his natural armor and 5 with his scale mail vest. So he actually he takes that hit. He takes that solid. Battle Axe just tries to dig it into his chest, and it just kind of, he flexes his chest muscle and just kind of bounces it off of him because he's just that hard. Pretty cool. Half ogres are almost like cheating a little bit. I do feel a little bad sometimes, but they're so much fun. So then we're going to go with the next guy who is in melee range for Crash. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was only his first action. He gets to attack again. 42 is also a hit. And he's going to hit for 6 to the chest. So same thing. It's going to get absorbed by Crash's amazing armor. Then we're going to start with this guy right here. He will also, well, let's see if he power attacks. He does not power attack, he does not parry, so he regular attacks, and he hits as well. Oop. Drop my die. He hits an arm for 3. That's going to just get absorbed by his natural armor. And then he's going to attack again and miss. I'm sorry, he does not do that. We're just going to take all that back. This one does, but this guy is actually going to move to 4. And then he's going to attack Choppa. And that's a hit. Yep. Choppa is going to attempt to dodge and fail. So he hits Choppa for 9 in the head. Ooh. With 1 point of armor piercing. So the natural armor blocks 2. And then his helmet blocks 6. But there's an additional 7. So he does damage his mithril plate helmet. And Choppa does take 1 point of damage. And loses a point of sanity. So those are some, because he's got to make room for the other guys to push through. All right, we're gonna go with Crasha, and Crash is stupid, and we'll stand there acting dumb. He's standing there just gloating, just playing with his nipples, you know, gloating over how well he did. So 1, 3 as far as movement goes. Then I guess he has to attempt to shove Crasher to make room. So I almost never use shove. It's kind of an oversight on my side. I should be using it more to make room. I'll set them on that. This is a situation where I should shove. All right. By rolling higher than the target's dex. Okay. And you can roll damage bonus times 10 to the roll. Huh. So my half ogres are really good at shoving. Shoving my move one space back, it is blocked diagonally back. Listen. Okay. So they make a roll against my dex. So he's going to attempt to shove Crasher. Crasher's dex is 44 minus 15. So that's a 29. So he just has to be higher than? I got to roll higher than a 29, right? I guess so, yeah. It's weird. You almost always roll under, so I want to make sure I'm doing that right. I don't make a dex check. He rolls against my dex, so yeah. So he rolled a 30, which a 20 and a 10. So he technically does roll higher. So he pushes Crasher one spot out of the way, and then is able to move in. Okay, cool. Now we're going to go with Choppa. Choppa is not stupid. Choppa will chop this guy down like a tree. You're going to attack him right in front. 73 is miss. So we will attack again. 40 is definitely a hit. And he hits for 4 plus 5, 9 damage. No armor piercing. So 7 damage to the humanoid bandit and wounding him since he has 12 hit points. So he was able to get a wound in. Not too shabby. All right, now we're going to go with Splitta. And Splitta's going to act dumb. Lose his turn. All right, and then we do get Bright Star. Bright Star is going to move up 1, still from the table. Do you get a damage bonus from height only if you're ranged? Nope. It's always, height advantage does affect melee. So he gets a plus 10 to hit, and he's going to attack this guy that just shoved his big buddy right there. You know, wants to get a little revenge. All right, so he normally hits on a 72. His 72 combat skill. Bandit has a -5 to hit with a shield, but also a battle axe kind of cancels out the shield, so it stays -5. So -5 and a plus 10, so he actually will hit on a 77. 52 is a hit, and he hits for another high. See, Bright Star rolls high. He's rolled several 10s, so that's going to be 11 damage with 1 point of armor piercing, so 10 damage to this bandit right here, severely injuring him. And that will do it for my players. This guy's going to be last. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he gets to choose. And he actually drops in a parry stance after taking the central position. So we're going to remove this door real quick just to make it a little easier. Okay. And for the second round, we do not have a threat die. Okay, So we got 4 white, and then what was that? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, we're gonna start here first. I believe it still does. Yep, ranged weapons. So we will start this one in the back. He will move, which allows him to reload. 1, 2, and then he's gonna shoot. Well, let's see. He'll move. And then he will shoot. And then he shoots at magic user. So he's going to shoot Bright Star. 95 is clear miss. Not even close. All right. We'll go with Choppa first. We'll kind of go right down the line. Choppa will attempt to chop this brigand down. 007, that's going to be a hit. And he's going to hit him for 12 damage, killing this bandit rather easily. And then he's going to strike again at this one, parrying right in front of Bright Star. So because of the parry, he's got minus 15, so I hit him 55. 54, so he does still hit. I need at least, a 10 plus 5, that should be a kill. So it's going to be 15, no armor piercing, minus 2, 13, so he just barely, 1 extra point of overkill damage. He manages to kill that bandit as well. Very nice. They don't seem so threatening now. All right. Now this one in the back here, he's going to reload. And then he will... shoot. And I gotta roll a d10 and see who he shoots. He will shoot also. Oh, no, you can't shoot. Oh, whatever. He shoots at Bright Star. He's got a minus 10. So he needs a 25. 80. So he misses as well. And then he reloads his weapon. So he's loaded, he's unloaded. There's no more parry. All right. Now we're going to go with Crasha. Crasha's good, so he's going to attack. And 15-9 is still a hit, so because it's only minus 5. So he hits for 17 damage. And with armor piercing, and he takes out that bandit, easy peasy style, and then he will move up 1. Okay, we will try Splitta. Splitta is not stupid. He will attempt to power attack from the elevated position, so he gets a plus 30 to his hit, and then there's a minus 5, I believe. Yep. So plus 25 will allow him to hit on 82, and he rolls a 52, so he gets 2d12s. That's a 6 or 1, so 6 plus 2. He hits for 8 damage, 1 point of armor piercing, so 7 damage, and successfully wounds that bandit. So what I am doing with Splitta's combat is not ideal because I'm giving him a ranged weapon effectively with a reach, but I also want him to attack from behind. He can't really circle from behind with that weapon, but it would be really nice, I feel like, to have a rogue character with dual wield. A really high dex, like an elven rogue with dual wield would be just really cool. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so it's this dude right here. He will standard attack. He is wounded, so he just roll and see if he would parry. He definitely hits Krasha, and he's going to hit for 5 damage to the head. That's just going to get absorbed, I believe. But let's see. 1 point of armor piercing. 4 gets absorbed by the natural armor, and then his leather cap absorbs the rest. Yeah. All right. So I do still have Bright Star, who actually is in melee range of that archer. So he will attempt to stabby stab. 48's a hit. He gets plus 10 for being on the table. So he does hit for 10. 11 damage. And then let's have him attack again. 46 is another hit. That looks like a 7 to me, but I'll re-roll it. 7. Yep. So he hits for 19 damage total, with a quick double strike, and takes out that bandit. And that should end the turn. So we should still have 4 white and 2 black. Let's roll the scenario die. 2, we're good there. All right, we do get this one. He will 10. He will does not have a special skill, so he will standard attack. And he will standard attack closest hero. So he will shoot at Krasha and miss terribly. And then he will reload his weapon. And then Krasha's gonna go. He's not stupid. He will strike this guy in front of him, and he will hit with a 57 for 14 damage, killing him pretty easily. And now I get the rest of my party. So we're gonna have Choppa go. He's not stupid. 1, 2, 4. And he will attempt to strike this archer from the side. 27's definitely a hit. And 2 plus, that's not much damage. 7 damage. Does he have any armor? He does. He takes 6 damage. It's still enough to wound him. Let's see what the other 2 do. Splitta's going to go next and act stupid. And then Bright Star's going to go. He's going to move. He's actually going to charge from the top of the table. And he's going to come up. Get his plus 10 to hit. He does hit. And let's see the damage roll. Oh, there's a bad one finally for Bright Star. So he only hits for 2 damage. So he's totally missing 8 health at this point. So he is wounded. I'm just going to throw a wounded marker down there. That ends that turn. Scenario die, we are good. There is 4 white, 1 black. In here, we get white. So we're going to go with Choppa. He is good. He will regular attack. 18's a hit. And that's going to be a kill. That's 13 damage. Or 12 damage. Okay. Not too shabby. So we managed to kill 6 more bandits for 540 more experience. And we get 6 rolls on the tier 1 table. We will start with the archers. 1. Which I believe is their weapon. 1 and a 4. Weapon and 1 bandage. So 1d4 durability loss. So longbow -4. And another bandage. Back to 7. Now longbow weighs 10. 10 encumbrance, value 100. So in general, weapons are what you want to drop when you're traversing a dungeon. They weigh a lot and they don't have a ton of value. If you're not planning on using them, weapons are not something you want to be bringing back to town to sell. Versus like armor, you do. It weighs less and it's worth a lot more for armor. So even if you find, armor you're probably not going to use, it's still worth holding on to. And you never know, your armor can break pretty easily. Weapons do not break particularly easily. You really only take durability damage with them if you're a dual wielder or if you roll a 100. And like some slimes and things like that, there's some special abilities, but you don't take a ton of durability damage on them anyway. So like the longbow, I would consider using that, like possibly giving that to Splitta and having him. There's no reason why he can't use a longbow. In fact, for that reason, there's no reason why Choppa can't use a longbow, except I need him on the front line. So that could be an option to give Splitta like a long sword and shield, and then a longbow and a quick slot. Could be a legitimate option for him. But yeah, I'm probably gonna just sell that one or drop it for now. But for now, it's in my bag. Okay. Oh, and I got to roll for the other 4 guys. So 10, nothing. 4, it's a bandage, nothing, and nothing. So I got one more bandage as well. I do really love ogres. Another self-rule I think I will be using from now on. Will be the last time I ever do multiple ogres in my party. I think they're great. I think they're fun. This little Three Stooges gang is fantastic, but I do think they're a little out of balance. So in the future, I will only be using one in my party at a time, which is fine. They can only be 3 classes: warrior, barbarian, or rogue anyway. It's not that big of a deal. All right. Scenario die, we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will attempt to open the door. Trapped. And I believe it is locked as well with the 6. Nope, it's open. So it's open, but it is trapped. So we get skeletons. All right, you get a +10 in perception. And his perception score is a dismal 7. So he will check the trap on a 17. He rolls an 18. Yeah, no. So, skeletons. And we get 1. So it's not that bad. 3 skeletons appear. Armed with broadswords, shields, armor, 1. So I just leave skeletons pretty much out all the time now because of this trap card. Yeah. And D60-12. We're just gonna, I'm just gonna randomly throw them up. Because it's trapped on the door, and it says they appeared on the walls. So we're just gonna do something like that. I don't want them appearing like down here. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. All right, so we're in combat. I just need broadsword. Okay, we are in combat. Scenario die. We're good. And it's going to be 3 black, 4 white. Sorry, I had to go find my pregnant dog real quick. Couldn't see her. Alright. Skeleton's pretty easy. I got 10 life. Alright, we're just going to randomize. So it's going to be this one. And he's going to 1, 2, 4. He's going to go up there and he's going to attack Splitter. And Dead don't parry. 0, 0, 1, so that's a hit. 1d8. 4 to the arm. Splitter will dodge unsuccessfully. So 4 to the arm will get absorbed. Oh, no, it's I roll a 2 or a 4. It's +2. So we'll say 6 to the arm. So natural armor protects from 1, and then he has leather bracer will take 1 point of durability damage, and then his padded jacket will absorb the rest of the blow. So not too bad. All right, we will try Crasha. He's good. So he's going to move down 1. He's actually just going to charge the skeleton right here with his longsword. He easily hits for 12 damage, which is enough to kill the skeleton. And then Crasha is going to try to do the same thing, but he is stupid and stands there, not understanding that they're being attacked yet. Okay, and then this one will, in that case, because the back's exposed, actually, he's going to charge Choppa. So he gets +10. He hits easily. For 5 to the 7 to the chest. From behind of Choppa. I don't know if I can. I'm going to attempt to parry with his shield. Oops. $43 is a successful parry. So it was what, 7 damage or 5 damage? He's just going to absorb that with his shield, and we're good. Okay, so all the skeletons have gone. So now it is Splitter's turn. He is not stupid, and he will attempt to power attack this guy right here. 51's a hit. Well, let me see. He's got 57, 77 minus, what do skeletons get? That's 10. Or minus 5. Or minus 10 because he's got a shield. Yeah. So that's still a hit. And we roll 7 or 5. And that's 7 plus 2. But it does bonus damage to undead. So he actually does hit for 10 damage. Does the card say they have armor? They do, but he has armor piercing 1. So he actually hits it for exactly 10 damage with his silver halberd. The silver actually making the difference and giving him that +1 damage for the kill. So they have both gone, and now we get Brightstar, who's going to go 1, 2, stabby stab from behind. So, 93 is an automatic miss. And that's that. New turn. We're good there. What do we got here? Yeah, so get rid of these black tokens. 4 white, 1 black. And we get a white. We're going to take Choppa, turn him around, and he will power attack. He does not like being attacked from behind. 25 is definitely a hit. 5, 3, 5 plus 5, so he hits for 10 damage with no armor piercing. So he does not kill the skeleton. He hits it for 9, leaving it with 1 hit point. Skeleton does get a chance to act. He will attack Bright Star. 54 is a miss, however. He only hits on a 40. So then Bright Star is going to act, and he's just going to stabby stab. He's going to miss, and then hit with a 20. And he hits him for 3 damage, which is more than enough to kill the skeleton with 1 hit point. So 3 skeletons are done. We get 3 rolls in the tier 1 chart. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. But I do get 240 experience. Oh. I did make one mistake there, guys. The store was not locked, which means it actually should have been opened that whole time. So the skeletons did spawn correctly. Like, that was all fine. But I shouldn't have just immediately entered combat. I should have also opened the door and rolled to see if there is another encounter in the next room. And I should have to fought both at the same time. So I did screw that up, guys. So sorry about that. I did go a little easy on myself there. That was just me forgetting, honestly. Because I did think it was locked at first. Okay, let's get some of these cards out of here. You do end up just in a lot of combats over the course of an entire dungeon. Large dining hall is okay. So we get R5, large pillar hall. This one has armor racks in it too. Oh, that's one of the great rooms. There it is. All right, so we roll 50% chance. There is an encounter. A 1. So that's a 31. 2 bandits with battle axes and shields. And 1 armor. And a warlock. Staff. So I've gotten pretty lucky as well on the actual enemies I've been spawning. I've been getting pretty easy ones. Alright, so warlock and 2 bandits. And the warlock spells. One close combat, 2 ranged, and summon demon. There's not that many ranged ones. That's why they always get the same ones. So there's way more support magic than there is range. There's more close combat too. You get 2 range, so that's why I keep seeing the same ones all the time. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 10 different range spells that enemies can have. So you're getting 20% of them every time. Alright, so we're getting Fireball and Gust of Wind. Some Demon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. There's 11 close combat spells. Strange that it's off by 1. Anyway, let me get Stun. So Stun, Fireball, Gust of Wind, Summon Demon. Or the Warlock. Okay. So for this first turn, because of Perfect Hearing, I get 5 white, and they get 3 black. Okay, we're going to roll the scenario die. 10, so it does go off. Threat die, 6. That's a pretty low roll. So 6 below, yep, I'm at 7. So it actually does go off, and it's in combat, so we roll a 2. Greenish tint. So all the enemies have poisonous weapons, and our threat level drops to a 5. Oh, I gotta roll to see where they are. So D6 by D12. Start with the Warlock. 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a reroll. 4, 12. That's 5, 12. It starts in the doorway. Well, that's how it goes. 5, 5. Reroll. 2, 6. Okay. 5, 1. So not good, looking good for that wizard, since I'm standing right there to mess them up. All right. So also, the Grand Hall is adorned with 2 rows of pillars. On one of the long sides is a small water basin. There are 2 sinister statues on either side of the room. 2 armor mannequins are propped up against the wall. You may search the statues. The water basin can be drunk. 2 statues can be searched, and the 2 armor mannequins can be searched. So, still a pretty good loot room. All right. See if I can one-shot that wizard. All right, we're going to start with Choppa. 1. So he's not stupid, and he will attack that mage. Just regular attack. The mage does get a bonus. Nope. He gets -5 to hit. So I hit on a 65. 67 is a miss. He's going to attack again. 47 is a hit. 6 plus 5 is 11 damage. There's no armor. He brings the Warlock down to 1 hit point with that initial attack. Just laying waste. Alright, we get to go again. Bright Star is going to move 1, 2, and he's going to attempt to attack that Warlock as well. He misses, though, with a 92. Okay, so now the Warlock gets to go. So magic user, if adjacent, roll d6. 5, cast close combat spell. So close combat spell is stun. Okay, so he will roll against his combat skill to hit. 23 he does. So he hits Choppa with stun, which is going to cause Choppa to lose 1 of his action points on his next turn. Because he's wounded, that's the only action he can take. All right, Splitter. 1, 2, 3, 5. And he will strike. I'm sorry, I need to roll for stupidity. He's fine. And he will strike. 0, 0, 1. Awesome. Splitter gets a combat skill. So he's going to jump from 57 to 58. Finally getting into the respectable range. And he will do... That's a d20. He does not do d20 damage. He does d12. 10 damage. 11 damage. 12. To the Warlock. So he comes up from the side and just stabs him right through the ribs with his silver halberd, taking him out. Easy peasy. All right. So this one's closest, so he's going to go first. He's going to go 1, 2, and he'll either strike or go into parry stance. He goes into parry stance. All right, and then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to close that gap. And then we have Crasha going last. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's actually in range to attack. And he does hit, even with the parry stance. And he hits for 16 damage with armor piercing, and he just runs up, chop this dude's head off, clean off. No chance at all. Just wiping the floor with these guys. So this would have been a good, I actually did screw up there. This fight would have been a lot more fun if I had those skeletons kind of keeping me busy while these guys were able to come and sneak back in, get in position. Which is how it should have been played. But, it is what it is. All right, we roll the scenario die. We're good there. And now it's 4 white, 1 black. All right, we're going to attempt Crasha. He's good. So he will charge. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he gets a plus 10 to hit. So he does hit with a 72, even with the shield. Because of the charge, he hits. And he hits for 6 damage. 7 damage. 7 damage. Wounding him. I'll just call it 6. It's easier to just round than get. With guys like this where it's pretty easy for me to one-shot him or get him in 2, it's just easier to round. And hey, I have exactly 7 tokens here. Let's say Splitter. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he will strike. And 11, that's a hit. And he strikes true for 12 damage. More than enough to kill that final bandit. So with guys like these, like skeletons, bandits, when you do fight them and you have those better weapons like I do, this may not come up for most parties, I don't know. But if you do have your higher level weapons, I recommend just, instead of counting their individual hit points, just count, did you do enough damage to wound him? Yep, okay. Now he's wounded, okay, and at half health. And then, did you do enough damage to kill him? Yep, okay, he's dead. And that will save you a lot of time and mental ability for tracking. Okay, so I roll on the tier 4 chart once for the Warlock, and I get an 8, which is nothing. And I get 2 tier 1 rolls, 2 and a 5. 5 is nothing, 2 is 20 coins. So I find 20 coins. And I also get 180 experience for the Warlock and 180 for the 2 bandits, so an additional 360 XP. So, creeping around 4,000 XP for this dungeon so far. Okay. Scenario die does go off, so we roll on the threat die. We roll a 9. That is higher than I have a 6, so we go up to a 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Search that statue. 2. Cool. $1d20 coins. Statues have a weird loot table. 1 coin. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna search that statue. That's not a d10. 5. Nothing. So I search both statues and I find a single coin. That's crazy. 1 coin. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to search that armor stand. 2. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. 1d3 random armor parts with 1d4 missing durability. So 1d3, I find 2. So random armor parts, pull out the armor table. And it's a d30. You roll 3 times. Higher score, the better. So 8, 7, 8. Very nice. So 8, 7, and 8 is 23. And 23 are male leggings. I was close. If you get above 27, 28, 29, 30 are the plate armor. But I still found a pair of male leggings that are D4 -3. Male leggings -3. Leggings -3. Now they're going to weigh 4 or 5 rather. So 5 encumbrance, and they have a value of 200. So I'm just going to get rid of that longbow now. And then we get to roll again. 4, so I'm not getting plate. 8, 3. So 4, 8, and 3 is 15. And 15 is a studded leather jacket, which is still a pretty good item. -3. Studded leather jacket -3 is worth 500 coins. And weighs 5 as well. So this is what I was saying about the weapons versus armor. So the longbow -4 weighed 10 and was only worth 100. The male leggings weighed 5 and are worth 200. And then the studded leather jacket weighed 5 and is worth 500. So I traded an item that weighed 10 that was worth 100 coins for items that weighed 10 worth 700 coins. So armor's much better if you're looking to sell stuff. Overall, yeah, that wasn't that great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, next turn. Statues especially were disappointing. All right, so now we're going to move Splitta there, and he's going to search. He has 2 points of luck. He does also successfully pass the armor rack. Yep. So 1d3 more armor parts. And we get another 2. So I get another 2 rolls. 4, 10, and 6. So that's a 20. 20 is a nice sleeved male shirt. It's a very nice piece of armor. That's going to cover the arms and torso. It's worth 950, and it weighs 7. And the sleeved male shirt is going to be -4, which is not. All right, and I get one more roll. 6, 10, 7. So that's a 23, and that's another pair of male leggings. And the male leggings are going to be -4 as well. Okay, let me double check, redo my encumbrances for what I found so far. So 5, 12. I forgot I found an elven bow. That's awesome. 12, 15, 18, 23, 24, 29, 34, 41, 46. Okay. And I have a total of 39. So I got to get rid of 7 weight. I'm not going to get rid of the sleeve-down shirt, which weighs 7. Instead, I'm going to get rid of my loot, because I already have one, which weighed 5. And I'm going to get rid of the male leggings -4. So that's going to bring me down to 36 out of 39. So backpack's pretty much full. Starting to get overloaded with gear. I've found some good stuff. I found pearl necklace, studded leather jacket -2, elven bow -1, a relic necklace of Ithi, some dwarven lockpicks, fishing gear, leather bracers, cloak, some arrows, and then this armor, which I ended up grabbing 1 male leggings -3, studded leather jacket -3, and a sleeve mail shirt -4. Sleeve mail shirt especially is really, really good. So, it is what it is. I will search the rest of the room with the other 3. So that's going to be a +15 bonus to Bright Star's perception score. So 71. So that's a successful search. And we roll a treasure room with a 13. So, hell yeah. That's another thing that I think you might be able to limit yourself to 1 per dungeon. But, that's not the rule. The rule is if there's already one in play, yes, you get rid of it. What did I already? I didn't already play the treasure room, did I? Like, there's not one buried. Bear with me, guys. I'm just having a moment trying to find the tile. Just one. It doesn't seem to be in there. Have I already used it? I have. It's actually sitting right up here. Okay. So, treasure room gets found. We're just going to place it right here for now. A little secret treasure room. We will roll for an encounter. No, I just realized it didn't roll for one anyway. But I don't know if I want to roll for yeah, it's okay. So there's no encounter. And then I'm going to roll dungeon event. Oh, yes. Finally. And we get a dungeon event. A caged skeleton. Hanging from the ceiling in a large rusty cage, slowly rotating around its axle as though touched by some unseen force. Trapped inside the cage is a skeleton in moldy and tattered clothes. Possibly the remains of an adventurer who came here before the heroes, or a prisoner of some malicious lord of this place. Regardless, he is long since dead. The heroes may examine the cage more closely. If they do this, roll 1d6. I will do this. 4. As suspected, there was nothing of any value in the cage. Ah, you can also find superior potion. Nothing. Or there's a little morale penalty. Or sanity penalty. Oh. That was a little disappointing. That's okay. That's okay. All right. So, new turn. 6, so we're good on the threat die. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want him opening the regular chest because he has rerolls. Does Choppa have a reroll? Choppa does have a reroll. I don't care who opens the objective chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's just gonna move 2, 3, 4 up to the towards this door. All right, new turn. We do have a roll of the scenario die, and we roll a 4, so that is a threat roll. And we roll a 13. So if this is, in this case, if this one's adding more cards, I'm gonna re-roll it because that's too much. It's too much to keep doing that. It is. So add 1 extra exploration card on top of each table. So we're just gonna re-roll that one, and we get a 5, which is a wandering monster, which is fine. And the wandering monster is going to decrease my threat back down. So we're back down to a 3. Okay. So now Choppa will attempt to open this chest. Untrapped, unlocked. And he will roll 5. 5 should be fine. 1 fine treasure. Blunt weapon. This weapon appears to be done by a steel blacksmith. Probably not going to take this regardless. Just because weapons weigh a lot. Morningstar. Morningstar -1. I'm just going to leave it. It weighs 10. Could have been a lot worse, but I'm just gonna ignore that. All right, now Splitta is gonna move up. He's gonna attempt to open his chest. It is locked with an advanced lock. So an advanced lock is 20 wounds, lockpick -15. And I'm actually going to use... No, that's okay. And then Brightstar is going to move up. And he's going to open up this chest. The objective chest. And it is unopened and unlocked. And he rolls a 10. Which is the worst possible roll you can get. On the best chest in the game. But that's okay. Because it's still 3 fine treasures. You always get something good with these. You either get 3 fine treasures, 2 fine treasures and a wonderful treasure, or a fine treasure and 2 wonderful treasures. So I am totally fine with 3 fine treasures. That's not a problem. Alright, so we get mail armor. Sweet. This is pretty used, but in pretty good shape. Let's see what we get. We get a mail coif. That's actually pretty useful for me because I can stack that with a plate helmet. So mail coif -2. Which I will just give immediately. -2, and that's got 4 armor, 4 encumbrance. So that gives Choppa 10 head armor in addition to his natural armor. So that's really cool. Then we get sword. Standard sword by all measures. Looks as a kind made for Royal Army by the thousands. It's pretty sharp. And it is a short sword, which I will just leave. I'm not even going to pick that up. And then scale mill armor. Very nice. 1d4. Scale mill jacket. Worth 1,050. And it's going to be +1. Perfect. A perfect scale mail jacket. That's super cool. So the jacket's going to cover torso and arms, I believe. So encumbrance 8, and it will value 1,050. All right. That could have been better. You know, I guess I probably should have re-rolled for the Wonderful Treasures, but he's out of luck, so it's all right. All right. So, we got to do my encumbrance real quick. So that's going to be 19, 29, 34, 39, 47, 53. Actually got a lot, even though I just added that, actually got less than I thought. So, he's missing 22. He's missing almost 40. That doesn't... There's something I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, I have more than 39. Oh, it's because of the bag. Okay, so let's see. 22 plus 31, 61, 76, 89 available encumbrance total. And then I'm taking 14, 22, 25, 30, 33. Goblin Scimitar I just have to carry around with me. I'm not even allowed to sell it. So I am no longer, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. 33, 41. Do I count the weight of the goblin? I'm not going to count the weight of the scimitar because I'm not allowed to get rid of it. It's just something I have. So we're going to, I'm just my own little house rule. I'm just going to. So I'm at 41 out of 89, which means I have a max of 4. This might be cheating, but you're not allowed to sell unique items. So if I were to find like 7 legendaries, you're not allowed to sell them. What, you're just going to overload your backpack and then you can't carry any gear? You could house rule it, like you leave them in your house after you buy that, but so I'm just gonna not, if I'm equipping them, if I'm using them, yeah, I'm gonna use the encumbrance from them. But if they're just sitting in my inventory because I found them once and I'm never gonna use them, they're not gonna count. So 41 out of 84, that gives me a total of 43 possible encumbrance. So not great. Available for items from this dungeon. So 5, 12, 15, 18, 19, 24, 29, 36, 44. So I'm 1 over. So I'm going to get rid of lever bracers. Last 3 are also gone. And that's going to put me at 41 at 43. All right. And that ends that whole turn. No counter. Choppa's going to move up, and he's going to swipe at that chest a couple times, or once. And he hits it for... where did my character sheet go? Oh. And he hits it for 11 damage. It has 20 hit points. And then Bright Star's going to stab at it for 4. And then 5. So 9. So they do manage between the two of them to break open that chest. That's going to add 6 to my threat rating, though. Not to mention I just opened 2 chests, and this is the 3rd. So that's 9. So my threat rating is going to go from a 3 to a 12. So this is why you want lockpicks. All right, but that does, they don't open it. They just attack it, and now Splitta's going to open the chest with an 8. He's going to re-roll that, I believe. Yeah, he's going to re-roll that. It's 1 fine treasure, but he's still going to re-roll. Yeah. So he loses a luck point. It's fine. He's got 1 luck point remaining. He's got the only luck point remaining for the this dungeon, and we get 1 more fine treasure. Extended battle belt. It doesn't weigh anything. It's worth 300. So that's nice. I will probably sell it. -3. Extended battle belt -3. Value 300. Oh, I mean, I definitely. So that allows you to have 4 quick slots on that character. Okay. Crasher will attempt to open this door, even though he's by himself. And it's unlocked, and it is open. These cards actually are from the lower floor of this entrance. So we're going to move these up here. It's these 2. And we get the well. Not looking good. It's probably this room, like right here is the objective room. It's going to drive me crazy. This dungeon's just going to take forever. I may not finish this today. With what, 2.5 hours in? 3 hours in? So the well's got a dead adventurer on it. All right, I'm going to roll encounter die. No encounter, so I get to roll the scenario die. 1. All right, so that's 2 rooms with no encounters. If I get a 3rd, or a 4th, rather, it increases the odds of encounters for the rest of the dungeon. Okay. So the well, the adventurer can be searched. And so he's going to move up. And then we roll a scenario die. We're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this room disappears from the dungeon. New turn. He's going to search the dead adventurer. Get a 2. Dead adventurer. That's a fine treasure. Sweet. Gemstones. 1d6 gemstones. Each one's worth 100 coins. 4. So gemstones worth 400 gold. Or 400 coins. Very nice. So gemstones, 400. Much? So far I've found for money, I found 30, 130, 140, 190, 207, 231, 291, 312. 312 coins, plus something. So something like that is a big boost. Plus I found 400 in gemstones and 300 in a pearl necklace. So right around 1,000 coins so far. Not too shabby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. No scenario die. We will actually now search the room using everyone. 18's a success. 99 is a trap. Spear trap. So +5 perception. Technically, I am using Bright Star on this, so perception will be a 61. He still fails to see it, so the floor gives away, revealing a deep pit. The bottom of the pit is filled with sharp spikes. The amount of bones surrounding indicate there are a number of persons that have succumbed to this fiendish trap. Randomize one character. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, so it's going to be Choppa. That has to pass a dexterity test or fall into the pit. Choppa's dex is 45 minus 15, so a 30. He fails. Falls in the pit, will take 2d6 damage due to the spikes. So he falls into the pit, takes 3 damage, which, you know, I'm pretty sure his natural armor just absorbs that completely. Getting up takes 2 action points and requires a successful dex test. Okay. So it does affect sanity by 2 and morale by 1. So morale is going to drop to 16 because I just got a bunch of fine treasures. Sanity, is it just for... This is one of the things I'm confused by is the sanity just for Choppa, who the trap triggers on, or is it for everybody? So I've just been doing it for who gets hit by the traps. Has their permanent sanity kind of affected, and the morale, because the morale affects everybody. Alright, so he is now in a pit trap. That ends that turn. He didn't take any damage though. So he will now attempt to take a dexterity. He can't go anywhere until he passes the dexterity test, which is a 30. I'm going to re-roll that. Those are both tilted up. So 98 is definitely a fail. And it takes 2 action points. So that ends that whole turn. So next turn, no. Oh, crap. One your monster. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Next turn, fail. One your monster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scenario die. Okay. Dex test. Fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scenario die. Okay. Dex test. Fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scenario die. Okay. Dex test. Fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scenario die. Dex test. Fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scenario die. Dex test. Fail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we now... It literally wanders right into the room. We get an encounter. 13. So that's going to be a 43. This is why I didn't want to go into the pit. Everybody's dexterity is actually really low because of backpacks. 43. 1d4 giant wolves. 4 giant wolves. As well as 2 bandit leaders. One with a longsword and a shield, and 2 armor, and one with a great axe. 1 and 2 armor. Okay. Bandit leader with a great axe, 2 armor, and the other one with a longsword and shield. Okay, so we'll do the 2 bandit leaders. It's kind of a tough spot. Do they just like ambush me? I don't know how combat works with pits. Can they climb down? I'm just gonna assume that they can't. They have to ignore him. It's all melee. If I had range characters or something like that, maybe they could shoot at him, but he's deep down in the pit. He can't climb out. I really need to get rope. That's rope lets you skip the dex test, but without rope, characters heavy laid down like this are kind of useless. So, yeah, bad on me for. I mean, yeah, I don't have any rope, so don't do what I did. This is a big mistake. I guess I'll put him in this room, just to make it a little simpler. 2, 3. 210, 4, 6, 2, 1, and then we're going to do a guy with a longsword. 210, it's already been done. 4, 5. 5, 5. I'm just gonna slide them over 1. Count that as 5, 6. I love when the rolls actually come out nice. Like this is an actually good combat like positioning. All right. So we're gonna have 4 white with 6 black. One, 2, 3, 4, 6. All right, scenario die does go off. 14 is above 12, so we're still good. Threat level is going to raise to 13 now. Okay, white. We're going to go Crasha. And he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to enter parry stance. Right there. All right. Closest is probably this guy. He's going to go 1, 2. Great Wolves have 9 movement. So 2. Oh, he can't. He can't move diagonally because he's there. Technically, he's in the pit, but he still can't move diagonally between 2 heroes. So he can't move in. So he's just, it actually just charges in that case. So he just charges. He hits for 1d10. I'm going to attempt to dodge, first of all. So it's a dodge plus 15. 15, yeah. So that's a successful dodge for Crasher. Okay, and then we get 1, 2, 3, and he's going to regular attack. 84 is going to be a miss. All right, next we're going to go with Splitta. 5, 1, 2, 3, and he will strike at that wolf. 33 is a hit. For 3 damage, the wolf has 12. So not particularly big deal. All right, and this wolf will charge as well. So he gets plus 10. So he hits on a 50. No, that's a miss. And then we get to go again. These guys, this one will move up, 1, 2. And then he gets to strike with his sword. Now he has a 60 combat skill. 97 though is definitely a miss. All right. So for white we have Bright Star. He's going to attempt to stab this wolf over the pit. 99, definitely a miss. And he'll attempt one more time. 91, also clear miss. So not doing so hot. And then we get Choppa, who is not stupid, and he will attempt his dex test. He finally passes his dex test. Very cool. So he gets up, and that ends his turn. But that trap has now disappeared. So just in the nick of time. And then this last wolf will come in. 1, 2 wolves. Okay. That's going to end that turn. And this guy's going to come up and parry. All right. So scenario die, we're good there. White, we're going to go with Crasha. He's not stupid. He will use his last point of frenzy, of energy, to go into frenzy. First, he will attempt to strike this wolf. Now the wolves get -5 to hit. Hits on 74. So 69. 54 is a hit. And he hits for very good damage. For 16, wolf has no armor. He dies. He gets a free attack now. And he's going to attack this wolf right in front of him. 007, definitely a hit. For 12, and that wolf dies. That's still just his first action. He's then going to strike this wolf to the side of him. 83 is a miss, and that loses his second action. He does not get a free bonus attack. But, hey, can't complain about that. All right, so these two are in melee range. We'll randomize. It's going to be the wolf. Now the wolf is a beast. So the beast will power attack. And he will power attack Splitta. Which means he will hit on a 65. He does hit. Splitta will dodge. 10 is definitely a successful dodge. So Splitta avoids the wolf's power attack. Okay, next we're going to have this bandit leader with the longsword, and he will, 6, I believe that is a power attack for him. Yep, so he will power attack. 82 is a miss, though. And I need 2 power attack tokens. Alright, we were going to attempt Choppa now. He's not stupid. He will move up 1, and he will attack this wolf. And 73 is going to be a miss, though. But he tried. He at least contributed. Or attempted to contribute. Alright, so next we're going to have this guy, and he's going to charge with his great axe. So 99, though, is definitely a miss. Can't hit with a 99. And lastly, we have this wolf, who will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because he has 9 movement. And he will still get an attack, and he will get to hit. He will hit for 1 damage to the chest, which just gets absorbed by natural armor. But still, great job on his part, getting all the way around there. Now we're left with Bright Star and Split Up. We'll start with Bright Star, and he will try to hit this wolf. Now the wolf loses his 2-hit bonus, his little power attack, but 78 is still a miss. I need 72. 006, that's a hit, and it's a hit for 10. Awesome, for 11 damage on the wolf. And this is the one that was already injured with the 3. So that is actually enough to kill it. So he goes away. Good job, Splitta. All right. And then next we're going to... I'm sorry, Bright Star. That was Bright Star going. And lastly, it will be Splitta's turn. He's not stupid. Now he can stab at this one, which he will do. He's just going to power attack from his current position. Yeah, he's going to power attack. So he will hit. He normally hits on 58. He gets 78 because of the power attack, and then minus 10. So 68. 88. So that's clear miss, but he tried. So should be going to 4 white, 3 black. All right, roll the scenario die. 8, we're good there. All right, we randomize which one of the 3 gets to act. It's going to be the one with the great sword, so he loses his power attack. And what will he do? He will use special ability. He doesn't have one, so he will regular attack and hit. And that's with the long sword. So he hits for 1 to the chest, which will just get absorbed, and he's going to strike again. Well, I guess I roll again, actually. Yep, he's going to strike again, and he misses.